In Illustrator, use Create New to create a new file. Or you can go to File, New. Select your document settings. I'm choosing A4 so I can print it and a horizontal layout. And go to Create. So the new document is opened in my artboard. I now want to import the reference image. The vest template image can be used as a guide by tracing over it. You'll need to import it into the project. Open the Finder window on a Mac or Explorer on a PC and locate the file vest template JPG. Drag your reference image onto the document. I'm going to use the Align tools now to centre the reference image on the artboard. So to Window, Align. If we click on this little symbol here, we can align things to different parts of the we can align things to different things. So I'm going to click on Align to Artboard and I'm just going to centre it and centre it vertically as well. So I'm going to open the Layers panel now. I'm going to open the Layers panel now. I'm just going to lock that reference layer so that we can't drag it around or make any changes to it, and use the new layer icon to make a new layer. So next I'm going to choose the pen tool, and I'm only going to draw half the vest because we can reflect that to make sure it's properly symmetrical. I'm just going to change the stroke colour. I'm changing it to red. You can put any colour you like, but you need to be able to see it against your vest. And remember, we can change that at the end back to something more normalised. Turn up the stroke slightly so I can see it. And I also want to turn the fill off. So there's my fill. And now I'm going to come down to the vest. Scroll in a bit. Command plus on the keyboard to scroll in. Start in the middle point. I'm just going to trace round the edge of that there. It's not perfect, it doesn't matter, because you can just come back in and move any anchor points that aren't right at the end. Just not happy with that one. So I'm just going to drag those down a little bit. There we go. You can always use Command Z to step back if you make a mistake. So I've just adjusted the stray anchor points using the direct selection tool and dragging the points and handles. So use the selection tool, so that's the black arrow or V on the keyboard, to select the path. You need to make sure the whole path is selected and not just a part of it. Copy using Command C and paste directly in front using Command F. Now use the arrow keys to nudge the copy to the right side of the template. So if you look in the tool panel, remember we have rotate and reflect in the tool panel. I'm going to choose reflect and just double click on it, and that will give you the options box. If you check preview, you can see what it's going to look like. I'm happy with that. It's vertical reflection. Click OK. I'm just going to nudge it back in using the arrow keys there. So you now have the whole shape, but it's made of two separate paths and these need to be joined together. They might have a gap like this, or they might be overlapping like that. It depends on how well you judged your first dot, your first point. I'm going to use the direct selection tool, so A on the keyboard, or the white arrow, and choose both of these endpoints here. Just select first one, shift, and click on the second one to select that. I'm going to go to Object, down to Path, and choosing Average. So I just want an average of where the middle, the centre point is of these 2 points. So both horizontally and vertically. Click OK, it's given me an average. I'm just going to select the whole thing again and join that path. So Object, Path, Join. Go down to the bottom, you can see I've got the same thing here. I've got 2 separate ends to my path, so I'm going to choose both of those and average them. So transform path average, both axes, and now draw a little box around both of them. Object, path, and join. So now when I click on my object, you can see it's just one object now, the paths are joined. I can move it around as one whole object. If you go to the layers panel now, you can turn off the visibility for the template using the little eye icon. And if I select my object and open the properties panel, window properties, if yours isn't there already, I can just turn that stroke back now into something more neutral. So I've gone back to black and turn the stroke size down to 1. From there I can change the fill colour now. I click on the fill icon. I have all these different colour options, same as when we did the buttons, and I can just choose from there. If I don't like those, I can click on the colour mixer and just make my own variant of that colour. Just going to move around till I find something that I like. There we go. We'll look at swatches and colour palettes and how colour codes work later on.